absolutely, and there's a writer-director named Xavier Dolan that I was a huge fan of because, like, I guess he's 28 now, but he made a movie called I Killed My Mother when he was 19 or 20, and I mean, he's made like a number of incredible films, and Mommy's excellent, and Lawrence Anyways, so when I see him doing it, that's very inspiring, but I would be very patient, and I feel like, all the universe has told me at this point is you're a good actor, so I gotta, that's the only thing I'm trepidatious about going through all this stuff at a young age, is this feeling of like, hey, I want to be back. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, like, he's a great young actor, and now, so, and I also want to make sure it's not kind of like Lady Bird. The great thing about Lady Bird wasn't, an actor directing a movie with like 3-minute takes that are, that are unspecific and just feel like life filmed. It was like, I'm the writer-director, and this is, or Get Out too, like, this is exactly how I want it to be done. So if I ever did it, that would be the interest, not to, capture a tone vaguely and get the experience of being a director. That would be fair.
Expected, or whether that kind of happened a lot later?
Yeah, well, so I went to school in the fall semester after we shot the movie over the summer, and right after I finished shooting Lady Bird, actually. And the advice I got was to watch it before Sundance, because I wasn't gonna be able to watch, I wouldn't be able to fully appreciate it. But I wanted to see it in the theater full of people for the first time. So I guess the answer is just all very weird, because first time I watched it, it was like 1,000 people there, so I couldn't really watch it because I was like, man, I'm sitting here with 1,000 people and I'm having sex with a peach on screen. And but then when it ended, I don't know, Armie Hammer, who obviously plays Oliver, he had been in Birth of a Nation the year before at Sundance, and the way he had described the reaction when that movie ended, he said it was like 11 minutes, and people were very enthusiastic about it. And after Call Me by Your Name finished, it was more like stunned, and I couldn't read it, and I know what it was. I remember Armie and I sauntered backstage, and there was like a photo booth, and we awkwardly took photos, and then just waited to see what the reactions were going to be. But it was a weird. I couldn't see it the first time, and also it was freezing out. It was there was a big snowstorm, and they were watching this movie that took place in Italy over the summer, and it was such an immersive experience. It was like being right back there. So yeah, the first time I saw it was weird, but in the 73 times I've seen it since, I'm back not seeing it 73 times.
What was it like for you, Daniel?
Of a winter breakdown of sorts, obviously as it relates to the summer. I don't know. Again, I feel like the art takes place in the head of the audience member, so it's as you see it, and for me, if there was something specific to capture in that whole sequence, it was just of Leo comes in with a more positive energy that we've seen, and there's the lakas and his headphones and dances a little bit, and it was just important to capture that feeling of love lost over the summer, and maybe a feeling of Elio that he didn't pursue it as quickly as he should have, or that maybe he's had 4 months where he hasn't thought about Oliver as often, and he gets his phone call and it's like, wow, that summer was so amazing, and I will never share that connection with anybody again. And as you see it in the fireplace or the scene before that, that's however you see it is right, and I wouldn't know what the right answer is. The same way, and I don't know. At Sundance, I remember somebody raising their hand saying that the monologue Michael Stuhlbarg's character gives, he plays Mr. Perlman at the end of the film, they felt like that's a father they never had, a father they needed, and a father they hope that kids now would have in film representation. And that was really surreal for me. Like I said before, you go on so many auditions, and sometimes you even get cast in things that aren't well received. So to have a moment similarly, for me, for me, it was like hearing an album when I was 13 about anxiety and sadness, whatever, and having that experience and thinking, oh my God, I'm hearing what I'm experiencing represented. And being on the other side of that equation now, people have been saying that to me, that's what you sign up for, really. I mean, that's why it's awesome to be here for the BAFTAs, and the award stuff's great, but I think for both of these films, what's amazing is it goes beyond that. I mean, I think hopefully 5 years from now, people will still be able to see these movies and really get something out of it. And guess that's what you sign up for as an artist. What you dream of is like being able to actually affect people. I don't know how it's so amazing. Like, I don't know how I'm sitting here, or it feels like a pinch me moment, because the first dream is to be economically self-sustainable, and the second dream is like to, I don't know, feel it in abundance or something. Then this is really what you want, you know. This is like getting to affect people. So that's a good feeling. We love. And I remember thinking, you have the gift to be a lead of a movie, hold it as close to the chest as possible. And I have a guy with a lot of expression, so you know, wear my heart on my sleeve without really doing it so often. If I know where I am in a scene or what I'm playing, it's obvious. It's usually like a little too much. And if I'm genuinely in it and I don't know what's going on, and I'm trying to read and react honestly, which is scarier because maybe you won't do something cool and maybe you'll be awkward or whatever, that's more real, which sounds like a cliche or cheesy or something, but that's what you're going for. So that's what I was trying to keep in mind.